Hey, my friends, so do you wonder what is it that you should be doing on Facebook or really any other social media for that matter, but what do you need to be doing on Facebook so that you can grow your audience and you can start to make sales and generate income, online? How you can start selling your courses, for example. If you want to know this, just stay tuned. We'll talk about that in a second, but first So the real question is this. What are the strategies, techniques, and tools that you need to learn to generate residual income from the e-learning boom that's happening right now? My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon, and welcome to Course Income Secrets. So I've been doing personal branding for years now, since 2015. And one of the things that I've always done is I've always used Facebook and, not necessarily in the very beginning, but now I'm on Instagram and on Twitter and on Snapchat, LinkedIn, YouTube. Like I'm on all the platforms, right? But the thing is that on Facebook, and the other platforms, they're very similar, but on Facebook, there's specific things that you need to be doing if you want to keep your audience engaged. And one of the things is, the reasons why you need to be doing these things is because that's what the platform demands. And when I say demands, what I mean by that is that if you don't do these things, you're not going to reap any rewards. Facebook has algorithms that take effect whenever you're doing certain actions, on the positive and on the negative side. For example, if you spam everybody your link to your product in a private message and you just cut and paste to 10, 20, 30 people every day, you're going to get blocked. After a couple days, you're going to get a message from Facebook and it's going to say that you can't send messages anymore. And also people that you sent that message to, they're going to get a notification that they can't read your message if they haven't looked at it right away, right? And that's because you violated one of the policies that Facebook has on messaging and on sending spam and that kind of stuff. And the thing is that the thing about that is that Facebook, it's not like people checking things out. It's all automated. So that's why you got to be careful. You got to understand how that works. But one of the main characteristics of Facebook and most of other social media is that of reciprocity. So that means that whatever you do, you're going to get in return. So, if you like posts, people are going to like your posts. If you comment on posts, people are going to comment on your posts. If you watch lives, people are going to watch your lives. If you watch stories, people are going to watch your story. If you post in groups, people are going to see your posts in groups and they're maybe going to comment and like them. So there's all this reciprocity thing that happens in Facebook, and I'll kind of give you a couple examples how that works. Now, if you're listening to the audio, obviously you won't be able to see my screen, but just let me share with you here my screen, my Facebook screen. So, as you can see, whoops, wrong button. As you can see right there, that's just my Facebook not profile, but my news feed, right? So whenever you go to your news feed, which is just the home on the desktop, that's basically that's your page, right? That's what they call the feed, right? The news feed, if you can start scrolling again there. And that's just, things from my friends that I'm seeing on my news feed. The choices that Facebook makes, how it decides to show you this post from, Mark Nelson or another post here from Mark Nelson. See, I mean, something here from Cynthia Acrace, something here from Aaron, something here from Jay McDonald, right? If I keep going, Sharon Marie, Matthew. Some of these I don't really know who they are. William Georgeson, I know who he is. I met him in person. Then there's ads, of course, and Lori Brooks here. Not sure. But anyways, I'm just pointing out. So when I look through my newsfeed, those posts that are here, they're there because Facebook decided to show them to me. Now, why did Facebook decide to show them to me? I mean, I have 4,000 some friends. So obviously, I can't see everybody's posts in the newsfeed when I scroll down, right? It's got to be they have to choose some posts. They can't show me everything. So I mean, the thing is that that's the way that Facebook decides that is based on my activities, my interactions with other people's accounts. So for example, Michelle's picture here is shown because I interact with Michelle's posts. I go to her page, or whenever I see her you know, her post, I'll like, or I'll love, or I'll comment, you know, on her post. So for example, right now she's talking about if you have a hard time writing about a topic, but it's easier to explain it out loud, then, you know, sometimes it's easier to just do a video. So which I do, right? So I'm posting that on her picture here, saying that she's talking about that kind of stuff, you know your strengths, and I'm just commenting something that's relevant to what she's talking about, right? So that's one thing. So you got to be engaging on other people's posts. You got to be commenting on their posts. You got to be liking their posts. But the thing is that if you're just going to go through your newsfeed and do that only on your newsfeed, you're going to see only the things that Facebook is choosing to show you, and you're going to interact with those things, which is going to make Facebook show you more of the things of those people, right? And that's kind of what the interaction works. So what is it that you should be doing instead? So what I do, so let's say I go right back up here. Actually, I didn't have to, but anyways, I go to my profile right over here, and I go to under more over here. Well, there's two things. First, I can go to my friends. I'll go to my friends. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, the list of friends, the way that Facebook shows you the friends list is at the top is the friends you engage with the most, or the friends that engage with you the most. There's more, they have an algorithm to give points or that kind of stuff, but the thing is that the ones at the top, you know, you're probably okay. You don't need to worry about the ones at the top. They're already in your like radar, if you will. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and of course when you have like thousands of friends, you know, you might take a while to scroll down to a useful list of friends. And so what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to show you. I won't go much further. So I go here and I just pick some of these, and on the desktop I can just press Control and their name. And these are my family, so I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to pick some of these. All right, so now, as you can see, they're just in new tabs over here. So then what I do is I just go on their profile. I do that to, you know, 5 or 6 friends a day. You don't want to do too much, because then it causes that pesky algorithm of Facebook to notice that you're doing too much, right? So then what you do is you just go to their particular page. Of course you got to check to make sure it's not like, you know, you can like stuff, and you can comment on things, you can love things, and of course you gotta, if you comment, you gotta look at what the post is, right, and make a reasonable comment, because, you know, if you make just random stuff, it's not really gonna work. You gotta take the time to look at the post and see what it's about, right? So in this case, you know, most people are in danger of wasting, and I can just say so true. You know, that's a simple comment, right? But it's based on what I just read. And of course, okay, so now I just do that to each of the friends I have up here. So this one, same here, and in this case it's a cover photo, so I'll just love the cover photo, and I'll just say great family shot. And that's it. I'll just do that there. I mean, you can probably like and comment on maybe 2 or 3 posts per friend, right? And like I said, about 5 or 6 friends a day. You don't want to overdo it, because Facebook is going to notice, especially if you haven't done this. Usually you're going to be flagged as somebody who's changing their habits, and oh my God, you must be a robot or something. So they block you, and you're in what they call Facebook jail for a few days, and maybe a week, a month sometimes. So you just got to be careful, right? So I'm just gonna go here This one I just did one, but anyways, I'm not going to go through and do them all, but that's what I do. I go to each of the tabs that I just opened, and I just do that. I'm just going to, I guess my computer's a little slow because of everything that's running on it. Okay, so now that's one thing. And the other thing I do is I do the same similar kind of action against groups. I go to more right here, and I go to groups. Of course, you've got to be subscribed to groups. You've got to be join groups. So if you're into weight loss, go and find groups about weight loss. Go join those groups. If you're into internet marketing, go find internet marketing groups. If you're into network marketing, go find network marketing. If you're in course creation groups, go in course creation. So, and then what I do is, of course, I have a ton of lists. I don't even know how these are sorted. They're not sorted by name. They're not sorted by subscribers. They might just be random, but maybe somebody knows how they're sorted, whether they're sorted maybe by most active groups or something. But in this case, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and search for, say, course. So I want to find the online course groups. So I'm going to go and right-click, open, right-click, control-click, I should say. See if there's any more. Actually, I should have. One of the things that if I want to search on the page for all the course things, I have to load the page first. So I got to scroll all the way down until all the groups are showing up. And then I search for courses. I should have more groups, but I don't know, maybe not. So course, that's the course. That's it. That's okay. So I guess there's I know I have other course groups that I'm in, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. I'll just show you. So basically what I do is I go to those groups, the groups that I chose that I wanted to go to, and I make sure that I, like and comment on some of the posts. So I'm going to do that here to the first 4 or 5 or something. And that's the thing with groups, you can probably do 5 or so per group. And of course it's better if you comment, but the idea here is that you're engaging on posts of people that you don't even know who they are, right? Oops. Something, oh, okay, announcements, discussion. You gotta go to I must have clicked a person or something. So yeah, so I just go and I click on these things. And I like some of these posts. And what happens is Facebook registers those as engagements against posts and people that you don't normally engage with. And it kind of mashes it up in the algorithm. And then it starts to randomize who sees your stuff. And this is the secret. You want people to see your stuff. So your posts on your profile, you want people to see them, because if they don't see them, they're not going to comment and like them. The only time that happens is if they come visit your profile, like I'm doing to some of my friends that I'm visiting their profile directly. I'm going to see their post. But other than that, I wouldn't see it in the feed. And most people don't go to people's profile. They just look at the feed, right? So if you want people to see your posts so that they comment on your posts, they have to be in your radar. And to be in your radar, you've got to be looking at their stuff. All right, so those are the kinds of things that I do on Facebook. Of course, there's lots of other things that have to do with setting up your account and all these different things. But, basically, just make sure you do that. Every day, a few of your friends, a few of your groups, and then you'll see that your engagement is going to start to grow, and you're going to start to get more and more people commenting and liking your posts. All right, I hope that you got some value from this. And if you think anybody needs to hear this message, then please go ahead and share. I'm sure they'd appreciate it, and I would too. This has been Course Income Secrets, the entrepreneur's blueprint to generating income from the e-learning boom. Some of your friends need to hear this message, so don't forget to share. For more content like this, go to CourseIncomeSecrets.com and make sure to subscribe and follow us here. My name is Jean-Serge. Until next time.